Hello and welcome to Manga Tour 96, and today we're going to talk about Zombieland Saga. We continue with a character discussion on the members of the idol group Shusho. This video will be in the same style like the video about the legendary chief biker was, where I'll be going over her personalities, her background, her death, her relationship with each other, and some interesting facts on what the staff who is working on the show stated on those characters. This video's main focus will be the black short-haired zombie with flower ornaments, the immovable leader of Idol Frill, the idol unit that was at the top during the 21st century idol war. While she is good at singing, she is confident in her ability to dance. She is determined and is not afraid to speak her mind out and is extremely skeptical of Kotaro's schemes. But before we start, here's a brief overview on who Ai is. Ai Mizuno was a popular idol in the early 2000s from the idol group called Iron Frill, who died in 2008 when she was struck by lightning during a concert. She is now a member of the idol group Shusho. She is also titled as the legendary Heisei idol. As for her personality, when she was alive, Ai displayed a cheerful and determined personality, but after turning into a zombie, she became quite skeptical and suspicious. As she gradually begins to warm up to her group, she begins to act like herself before her untimely death. She has shown a supportive side by helping the other members with their idol experience. Because of how she died, she is afraid of lightning. She is the most reasonable so far for the girls' training exercises, teaching newcomers the basic of the business, and is the one who speaks the most about the way of thinking with which they should approach their shared goal. When a member is in trouble or has a particular important role to play in a new song, she trains them directly by way of example and takes it upon herself to review the songs as a whole when the whole band is in trouble. Also, while she always strives to be constructive and is generally no less sincere than the rest of the group, she firmly believes that they will get nowhere just playing with friends all the time. Ai trains quite a bit in rehearsals and is paired on songs with Junko for her incredible talent in singing, dancing and choreography, as well as possessing such a skill for musical arrangements that at one point she was able to identify and alter properly the harmony of a song to avoid being continually confused by Taya. The hot and cold sides of Ai's demeanor are dictated in large part by her perception of the other girls' work ethic. Rather than a simple emotional tease like many classical tsunderes, she is very kind and supportive of each of the girls under any ordinary circumstances, although she never resorts to violence unless she is directly attacked, as by Kotaro in episode 5. She will become almost militantly severe in her expression if she feels that someone is not well. This is most prominently shown in her confrontation with Junko in episode 6 and to a lesser extent in her lectures to Sakura in episode 10 and 12. Ironically, she spends the first few episodes refusing to work, but once she starts, her work ethic becomes very clear. She is almost always the first to address practical concerns about her careers. She becomes absolutely furious when she feels Junko is intentionally letting the team down, and when her arms and legs break after a prolonged session of choreography practice and claims that it's not unusual for her. She made it clear that she doesn't need to have friends to succeed. She is quite a selfish person when it comes to achievements. Her posture is the most antagonistic to Saki, who gets her trust through her comrades. In the end, Saki proves to be right, main point of why she is the perfect to be the leader, and losing her work obsession to the point that she constantly respects and consults her before demanding from others. Ai works as a second in command after Arpino. Staff has commented that because it was a popular hairstyle at the time, they wanted to incorporate a short haircut in a design. Furthermore, Ai being a legendary idol was through the blooming flowers on her head. As for her past, Ai was the lead singer of her group Iron Frill back when she was alive and continues to showcase this amazing feat even during her afterlife. As a member of a pop idol group, not only is she gifted in musical talent, but she can also move fluidly to the beat of any song. Ai Mizuno was a popular idol in the early 2000s from the idol group called Iron Frill. She and her group was only starting to gain the attention of the people all over Japan until something shocking happened to her. Ai was the leader of Iron Frill, an idol group formed in 2007, and that was already quite recognized in the short time in which they made their debut. On the first national tour, Sakura Minamoto became a fan of their group. Unfortunately, in one of the concerts in 2008, Ai was struck by lightning in mid-concert with thousands of people watching the tragedy. Contrary to popular belief, she did not die instantly but suffered a few more minutes to finally die in the ambulance that was taking her to the hospital. She was struck by lightning during a live outdoor performance at Tosu Stadium in Saga. The lightning bolt that caused her death was traumatic but was overcome on the Saga Rock stage. Because of her cause of death, she has developed astrophobia alongside PTSD in her afterlife. She overcomes her fears when performing at Saga Rock during a lightning storm. At first, she doubts Kotaro's plan because she thinks it's a waste of time and that no one of it makes sense. Fortunately, she reconsiders her point of view and manages to reconcile with Junko after Saga Rock. As for her relationship with Sakura, at first they did not get along very well due to Sakura's attitude of following Kotaro without questioning anything about his plan. In the rap battle of episode 2, Sakura tells her to stop hiding and start acting like an idol. In the following episode, and with the group formed, the relationship is improving enough to be comfortable. When Sakura loses her memory, she is the first to go to attend her, and surely the one that was for her when she was run over the second time. Upon waking up in episode 11, she picks up a poker stick, scaring Ai, and then falls unconscious. The next morning, she accompanies her when she wakes up and tells her that she died 10 years ago in an accident. Sakura is puzzled, loses her spirit, but Ai says she will be fine and will come back at some point. For Sakura, learning about Ai's determination to carry on regardlessly of failures and mistakes brought Sakura out of her learned helplessness, turning her into the hopeful girl who was once in time for the series premiere. When Sakura falls back into despair at the end of the series, Ai's words again prove to be one of the most influential factors both in bringing Sakura back on stage and in getting her back on her feet when calamity hits the venue. In episode 12, she confronts Sakura about her bad luck, saying that everyone has bad luck, in making Sakura realize that the legend that surrounds her also like her and she should not feel distressed. As for her relationship with Saki, no connection since the beginning of the series, but in episode 6, when Ai leaves the mansion, Saki follows her to see if she's okay and look for a shelter because it's about to rain. Arriving at a playground, they both get safe from the rain and from being seen as zombies. Ai tells her that she is afraid of lightning because that is how she died 10 years ago. Saki worries about that even more when Kotaro tells them that they will do an outdoor concert in Saga Rock. The next episode, Saki shows concern for Ai because of her overtraining that she was doing for the concert. As for her relationship with Junko, Ai has not had a very good time going from a rising musical talent to a walking disfigured corpse. Her spirit successfully crushed as she realizes that she has nowhere to go among the living, and the discovery she remembers by her gruesome death rather than her career and talent. While Junko is a better singer than she is, Ai is a much better dancer and is the only member of the group truly trained in group performances. Her recollection to use her exceptional ability in the first few episodes causes a lot of friction between her and Sakura, who admired Ai immensely in life. Both are opposed, and from the beginning of the series they give us indication of an ideological fight for the time in which they came. Both flee from the mansion at the beginning of the series because of Kotaro's crazy plan, but they return when they see that they do not have more options than to stay with him. In episode 3, she refuses to go out with a guerrilla concert because they think that they will fail, but when they see that Sakura forgot the lyrics, they come in to help. However, this good relationship does not last long because Junko refuses to interact with her fans because of how shy she is and because she was not used to it. In the mansion, she reapproaches her by making her leave the mansion to cry for what she told her. In episode 7, even with the marked differences, she manages to reconcile with Junko when she understands that there may be a middle ground, and after she helps her overcome her trauma towards lightning, in the following episodes they are seen closer and doing more activities together. As for her relationship with Yugiri, their relationship with Yugiri is almost nil in the series. As for her relationship with Lily, at first she only saw her as a co-worker, where after Saga Rock she understood that she should not only focus on work and value relationships with close people. In episode 8 she expresses her concern about Lily being recognized. As for her relationship with Kotaro, at the beginning of the story she is very critical of the Zombieland Saga project, which she feels is doomed the moment the world finds out the truth. She begins to see promises in her fellow zombies after a few episodes, but is still the first to remind them on how hard they will have to work to achieve it, proving that she is more realistic than cynical, and given the superficial with which Kotaro pitches his idea, her skepticism is not completely unwarranted. With this, I covered everything that I wanted to cover on the legendary Heisei idol Ai Mizuno. Next week I plan to cover the mysterious idol producer. Look forward to it. And that will be all for this video. If you like this video, leave a like, leave your thoughts in the comments below, or subscribe to the channel for more manga reviews and One Piece content. And until next time, take care.